Employing Filipino staff in the Philippines. Cultural differences. Unless you live very simply here in the Philippines, you will end up employing someone to help you out. Everything here takes a long time, and there are some tasks you would rather not do, I'm sure. So it's fairly normal to employ staff. This can be a bit of a shock to the average Australian because most of us have never employed anyone in our lives, and certainly not household staff. But there is a way of doing this, and there is a way not to. Not easy for Australians because we are used to a level playing field. We treat everyone the same, whether they're the chairman of the board or the one who cleans the toilets. We have a real aversion, almost a revulsion, of treating anybody as a servant. In fact, even the word is fairly yuck. And if you move here and find you need to employ someone to, say, take care of your kids, help with housework or cooking or laundry, or to employ a driver, then you will probably do something like I did. I'm sure I was waving the Eureka flag in my head somewhere and had these grand plans of treating staff here as I would if I was in Australia. None of this sir nonsense. And they could make themselves at home, and the playing field would be about as level as the SCG. Well, Toto, we're not in Sydney anymore. And assuming all will go the same as it would in Sydney or anywhere else in Australia, this will be met by some serious headaches. How Filipinos treat household staff. I'll explain how it works here so you will get an idea of what the status quo is in the Philippines. No one here treats household staff as equals, and no household staff expect to be treated as equals either. Most people refer to their household helpers as maids, servants, or yayas. Most of them, I'm not sure of most, many will make them wear uniforms, even out in public. They would never eat at the same table as the family. They'd probably be a bit hungry a lot of the time too. Diet would be pretty dull, with mostly rice and dried fish with a few veggies tossed in. But we went to a fairly flash hotel in Manila last weekend. We saw a family sitting together at the bar, having a nice time. The two yayas were wearing uniforms and sitting a long way apart without even a drink of water. And they would have slept on the floor in the hotel room and probably slept on the floor back at the house too. How did the enlightened Australian treat household staff? Well, when we first moved here, no sir or ma'am. Young Jonah, who was the first one we employed, called us Kuya and Ate, and she slept on a bed in the same room as the kids, ate at the table with us. I would sit and talk to her if I wasn't busy. What happened? Well, firstly, she thought I was in love with her, and she managed to get the girls to do household chores while she relaxed, and she ended up lasting 3.5 weeks only. Now, the first driver we had, I sat in the front seat with him. He ate meals with us. I'd have a few beers with him, let him bring his child around. He lasted a while until we realised he was taking the car for private errands and was stealing money and a few other things which get a bit complicated. The problem was that they have no mental point of reference. Thus a silly little girl thought she had become a princess, and the silly man thought we were utterly stupid and he could get away with anything. They had no concept of egalitarianism as we do in Australia. There is a class system here, and this is all anyone knows. So if you don't do the same, you must be a weak pushover. So, excuse me, I'll get there. How to relate to Filipino staff? Look, you have to accept that you're not in Australia, And in most cases, you can't make friends with staff, or you will get problems. Show too much friendliness, especially a man with female employees, and their attitudes will change. Try to set a level playing field, and before you know it, they will all forget it's your house and you're the employer. Work will slacken off, and they will start taking serious advantage of your kindness. And no, you don't need to make them sleep on the floor or keep them hungry. I mean, my goodness, you need to be able to live with yourselves. All of our household staff here complain about how fat they're getting on diets all the time. We're very kind compared to most local employers. There's no uniforms, there's no belittling titles, no sleeping on floors, plenty of good healthy food. Yes, they all call me sir, and Mila can be pretty scary when she gets annoyed. But the kindness that underlies us trying to be tough, it still shines through, and it still leads to advantage being taken. Like, for example, 45-minute hot water showers 2 to 3 times a day, using a towel once, and then putting it in the washing basket, changing bed sheets 3 to 4 times a week, eating the expensive fruit and leaving the bananas to go rotten. Now, that's just a small sample. Probably something similar will happen here tomorrow. If they were calling me by my first name, it would be much worse. So be prepared to learn some new ways, and don't try to be mates with your staff, otherwise you will confuse them and you will regret it. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it and you would like to subscribe, you can click on the little button down the bottom corner there, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. There are regular articles on aspects of Australian visas to the Philippines on www.downundervisa.com.au. There's a blog page you can subscribe to. There is a free visa assessment form, and there are regular articles on aspects of Australian Filipino relationships, which you can see on www.FilipinaWives.com.au. If you can please share these articles and these videos on any of the social media that you use, we would appreciate that. Thank you.